Wait. If your radio got destroyed like this, you can always buy another one and replace it, right? But what if I told you there is a radio that can never be replaced? No amount of money, no amount of technology, and no amount of power can ever replace this radio. Achievers, what you're about to witness is the unbelievable, shocking, sad, painful yet inspiring story of Mose Radio, the human radio that has ever lived.
My music story is a wonderful one.
If sometimes you sit there and feel like your dreams will never come true, this is the story you need to hear. And it is going to prove to you that your life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced.
Warning: the following film contains graphic content that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Disclosure: the events and experiences depicted in this film are based on publicly available information and reports.
It is a bit sensitive, sad, lonely, and a little depressing, but I need you to stay with me. Are you still here? This is the unbelievable story of Moses Sechibogo, also known as Mose Radio.
If you met God somewhere, like he's sitting in his chair and he asked you, Moses, what do you want?
Mose Radio was not born to a billionaire like Elon Musk.
My mom, she was a food vendor, selling food, and my dad a truck driver.
They did not have a lot of money, but somehow Mose Radio managed to get through school.
She has to ask me to sing for them, then they clap for me, she buys me gifts and all.
Growing up, Mose Radio was very talented and wanted to be a music superstar. As a child, he used to sing for his mother and her guests.
When I was a little child, my mother used to ask me to learn some songs, some Luganda songs, and sing for her, like the whole song without missing a word.
Koko koko gula omunange mbwangu, Fredi muno nzempita, naba wanu kavayo.
Koko gula omunange mbwangu, Fredi muno nzempita, naba wanu kavula otomonya bonyanga.
I used to sing like Fred Sebata's albums, like almost all of them.
He had an audience of 2 to 5 people, but he always sang his soul out. As Mose Radio became older, he wanted to even chase his long life dream of wanting to be a musician. The problem was Mose Radio had no opportunity to make his dream a reality.
Radio yali ayimba ebintu bingi kubanga radio okujje wange yasooka ate mu Eagles production lwakuba Eagles tebamuwa kutuwe.
But they really suffered a bit, I tell you.
Kubanga yajja ayimba bulala, yajja ayina byayimba ne tubina kyalinga ne tubikyusa.
As he was exposed more to city life, he started miming songs of artists like R. Kelly and Joe Thomas. Mose Radio had no money to record his own songs, but he had this burning desire and passion for music. But at the time of his life, music could not bring food on the table because nobody knew him. This was a scary journey to take since there was no way he would make a living doing music. The mind battle between wanting to follow his dream and having dinner that day just couldn't stop. This was very frustrating and discouraging for him. So he resorted to cutting hair at his brother's salon.
As a barber there, very good one. I can shave your head with you. A good one.
You see, sometimes you can never know where blessings and opportunity come from, but this one day a popular musician called Chaga passed by their salon to get his hair cut. Chaga also happened to be friends and a singing partner with one of Africa's biggest artists called Jose Chameleone.
Kati unaku lumu naddeyo ku saluni eyo nensanga Mose nga akuba ekifaananyi kyange nga naatera okimala nga akitimbe wali bulungi nnyo ali mukunkuma naye nga nkubye na peni nga wenfaanana.
I met him in Deva there. I was working at a barber shop, my brother's barber shop.
Ne mugamba atuyimbiremu. Atuyimbiramu.
Mose Radio grabbed this opportunity to showcase his God-given talent of singing.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment, would you capture?
Like Eminem, Mose Radio had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything he had ever wanted in that one moment.
Namuyimbiramu, of course, I sang for Chaga a couple of songs.
Namu okutu nempuliriza ne mwagala nnyo ne tutandika.
Indeed, he sang his lights out for Chaga. Chaga was very, very impressed by the talent of the young man.
And was a Chaga nalabanga really so talented. Namuletewa Chameleon.
So Chaga ni mwa Chaga netwetaga vocalist. Yola ilala. Chaga ngaba no mwana gwela sanze ku saluni mu ndeba nonga yita Moses Kinti. Moses Kinti, yes.
There was a show at Resort Beach. I think it was Firebase versus Leon Island. Before Chameleon gets on stage, Chaga calls me and introduces me to Chameleon and says, "This is the boy I was telling you about."
Jose Chameleon gave Mose Radio a day to meet with him.
What? He melted my heart, man. Big up on yourself, Joseph Mayanja, man. A great boy.
When Mose Radio got at the gate, the gentleman at the gate told him to come back later because Jose Chameleon was sleeping. But before he left, Mose Radio handed over a piece of paper to the gentleman at the gate. And this piece of paper had a pen drawing he had done of Jose Chameleon. He asked the gentleman to hand over that particular piece of paper to Chameleon when he wakes up. When the gentleman at the gate saw the drawing, he just couldn't hide his excitement and happiness. He was impressed. The gentleman was very excited in that he ran inside the house to wake up Jose Chameleon. Jose Chameleon woke up, and when he saw the artwork, he was very, very amazed. He could not believe that this boy was also talented in the visual arts.
He can draw you with a pen, no pencil, no rubbing.
And say, "Is it you who drew this picture?"
Jose Chameleon was impressed by this boy in that he took Mose Radio in studio that same day. Mose Radio got his first song recorded by Jose Chameleon in studio. He later on became Jose Chameleon's backup singer. He wasn't just a backup singer, but he also helped Jose Chameleon in running errands. This is where he also met Jose Chameleon's brother called Weasel. Weasel also happened to be a musician.
That's how I met Radio.
Weasel and Moses Radio became very tight friends. They even started living together. So one day, Moses Radio and Weasel were home bored. Weasel suggested that they take a walk to some studio. They went to visit Osuna, an artist who happened to own a studio. Osuna had this amazing instrumental he had done for some singers, but these musicians weren't doing justice to the beat. They did a song called Nakudata. However, they feared releasing the song. So when Jose Chameleon was away on a trip, Mose Radio and Weasel released the song with the help of Osuna, who happened to be an established artist then. This was the day that would change their entire life. The song had completely a new sound from what the Ugandan music industry had. You see, by that time, the Ugandan music industry mostly had Afrobeat that imitated much more of Congolese music. Now, this new sound was a bit urban. It had some uptown urban vibe to it. The song took over the country by storm.
So good for you, huh?
The song won them an award for Song of the Year. From that day on, every song they released was a hit.
It's a good life, man.
Before you say thank you for the first one, there's another one, you know.
So blessings
thanks
on
and praise to the
blessings.
Almighty One who makes it happen. We're just a vessel. So much is yet to happen, you know.
Magic! Juicy, like T-Bone steady. Juicy, juicy.
Because there's a way he performs on stage, and there's a way you complement each other, like bread and butter, bread and butter, right?
And then when also your prayers are answered, they also get answered too fast.
And for the next 10 years, these two were releasing hit after hit. No artist in Uganda has more hits than Radio and Whistle. The songs like Potential, Ability, Talk and Talk, and so much more. And when it came to Mozo Radio's writing skills,
We would write. That's what sometimes we would spend like all night just writing. Pulling up a movie night, you're writing and recording.
Ian Ortega of the Daily Monitor said it best. Mozo Radio had shown his potential, the world had testified to his ability, and all was left was for his haters to talk and talk. They did songs that appealed to people all over the world. They did collaborations with Nigeria's Wizkid, Kenya's Amani, South Africa's PJ Powers, Zambia's Ozzy, and they have shared stage with Nigeria's P Square. BET nominated them for the Best International Artist Africa category. And were the first Ugandans to be nominated in an international award. They took local Ugandan music on international stages: London, Dubai, Nigeria, Kenya, Rwanda, America. They have exported the goodness of Ugandan culture. The poetry, rhyme, playfulness and simplicity, yet depth in the song lyrics, made their music not just sweet to the ears, but warm to the soul. The richness in language of Mozo Radio's lyrics and storytelling abilities Mozo Radio was awarded Songwriter of the Year in the High People Awards. He has written hit songs for Ugandan's biggest artists, including Raymond Namakula, Irene Mutale, B2C, Juliana Kanyomozi, Lydia Jasmine, Winnie Nwaji, Lillian Babazi, and so much more.
Your love is so original. So original, so original.
Moze ampako ne ku ssente enkalu namugamba ondwisizaalo njagenda mu banka tebanaggalawo njafuna emitwalo 2 nanga oyagala ssente zange ne mwate neza amafuta ateeza okutambuza embeera nanga kwata ssente wano tova wano.
On a personal level, Mozo Radio is said to be a man who gave wholeheartedly, expecting nothing in return. A hard-working soul that worked his butt off.
Mozo yalukodinganga ennyimba 3-2 oba 1. Teri olunaku lwaca nga takozeeyo luyimba.
As Uganda continues to struggle with human rights abuses, corruption, a broken health system, and inadequate education, it's unfortunate to see many popular artists today have chosen to prioritize money over speaking out against these injustices.
We live in a country where people are either paid off to shut up or shy away from speaking up for the voiceless.
It is very sad that the music is kind of dying. The art is tending towards, money. We are singing what people want to hear. We are not singing what we are supposed to sing.
Despite the risks and pressures to keep quiet, he stood out among his peers as a true voice of the voiceless.
Mose Radio used his voice to speak against the corruption in the country of Uganda.
As we are commercial, at the same time we still want to portray a message behind our commercial music. Now we beg that all the other artists can embrace that, not just sing what the other people want to listen to.
Even though in the earlier days of his career, he also fell for the trap of money, participating in a song sponsored by the dictatorial military government, he later realized the importance of standing up for those down on their knees.
How you go through life, what you go through, so many other people go through it. And if you talk about it, so many other people don't have the time to listen to you. But if you sing it, everybody wants to listen.
He spoke against the poor health system in Uganda that kills over 16 mothers every day.
Say what exactly you have to say, because you are a musician, you are mouthpiece, we have to listen to you.
Sadly, not all his peers share his courage and conviction. Instead, many have chosen to stay silent, to keep their heads down, and to focus on their own success and wealth. They have chosen to ignore the plight of the people and turn a blind eye to the injustices around them.
Mose Radio gave a little more than he could take. He had an understanding of the pain, the struggle, the cries of the weak.
But Moses Radio's legacy lives on as a true inspiration and a reminder of what it means to be an artist, and that is to be a voice of the voiceless, to speak the truth to power and fight for a better future. His music, his spirit and his message will always be remembered as a shining example of what it means to be truly a great artist who puts people's polite first and recognize the importance of using their platform to speak up for those who can't.
I think this guy is sent by God. This guy is an angel. In fact, I used to call him a prophet. And I'm a prophet, Chidelo prophet. I used to get into things that just happen,
Could he have prophesied or predicted his death?
Questions and controversies swirl around the untimely death of Moses Radio.
In the song Wachitokula, he's depicted badly beaten, heavily wounded, lying on the floor, struggling for his life.
Rumors and speculations run rampant, with many pointing fingers and raising suspicions about the true cause of his death.
We walk into the bar around 5:30.
When we last talked to him, Zali says now we're when he was okay.
He got very angry. I think they said something agitating to him. I don't really know. So he gets the whiskey and starts, he pours around the people who are there, especially the manager who was in front. So I told Pamela and Redu, let's go. On the way out, when we were almost reaching towards the door, then there's this one tall guy who comes from behind shouting, you have disrespected the owner of the bar. How can you embarrass him in his own bar? So he snatches a radio from Pamela by force. It was very fast, lifted him up and threw him down. And I heard him hit his head. So when I shouted, you have hit his head, this Troy, he decided to run away, and everybody scattered.
The pain and heartache was palpable as Moses Radio's limp body was rushed to St. Emmanuel Hospital. But instead of finding medical attention he desperately needed, they were met with heartbreaking delay in the treatment.
So we reached Entebbe Emmanuel Hospital, And there was a bit of delay. You know, the doctors don't react very fast, and this is a very bad thing in Uganda.
Even when the doctors finally attended to him, they focused on providing water drips instead of addressing the severe skull condition that lay at the root of his condition.
They put drips on him and all that stuff, but I told the doctor I had him knock the head.
The pleas of his loved ones and the explanation of the extent of the injuries fell on deaf ears as doctors insisted on providing water drips, turning a blind eye to the gravity of the situation.
Kati ngenda okulaba echupa gye bamutaddeko ku mukono amazzi nezivaako nange. So what the fuck are you doing with this thing? Just running the bill, mutekamu amazzi.
It's as if the hospital saw this as an opportunity for financial gain rather than a chance to save a life.
I told him people who black out don't have eyes like that.
Those who saw him reported that he was not lying in a pool of blood as expected, but rather in a pool of slimy and watery substance.
In a pool of
like not tears but some greasy substance.
From here to about there, long Then I just knew, say bye to your boy.
It is a sight that will forever be etched in their memory.
Nembuza doctor yali amukutemu ku mukono, nemugamba, can you hear me? How bad is it? Can you hear me? Nagamba, when you speak, he squeezes my hand.
So I tell the doctor that he's not blacked out. He referred me to Nsambia.
So me, superstitiously, I believe I'll get a Nsambia takola chitawana.
As Moses Radio was being transferred from his hospital bed to the ambulance, a glimmer of hope emerged. He suddenly sat up and looked around as if he had been given a second chance at life.
So when I'm holding mukuteno bwenti, ngendo kulira weight evaako ku mukono gwange. Weight evaako neetuuza bwati. Kati bwatuula bwati katanda azzeemu kati. Yatuula properly.
His close friend John Miles desperately tried to communicate with him to hear his last words.
Sembera wano kunkutu wati mu whispering ngiramu. Ngadamu nakola nnyo bwati like frustration bwe tokiraba.
Yeah, like annoyed boy.
Yeah, akoze kitchen mpulira ebikomo.
John Miles insisted on wanting to hear what Moses Radio wanted to tell him.
But he was about to say something and was ategedde sitegera kyagamba. He was about to say something, you know, like, leave him. Nemuleka nembatunuulira. Kati namukwata wana ngamubuuza, how are you feeling? Then akola bwati. Mpola amaaso ne gamiitinga. Nagage. Wash. We gamiitinga wegati. Namukuba. Nava ku katanda.
Mose.
Nava kwe. Nayimirira. Abantu ne bakuba enduulu. Hey, he's back.
Those around him were filled with hope and tears of joy, but it was short-lived as he fell back on the bed, unable to speak or move.
It was like he wanted to run. Kati akola step bwati, that was his last step. Ne bamukwata. He can't. Then on the round.
John Miles insisted on wanting to hear what Moses Radio wanted to tell him.
Because I was wondering if it's only associated with poison. When natuuka ku luggi the driver nankonako bwati like yagamba, you go with him. He insisted, I have space, go with him. Wash nemulaba nga ava munda yavayo nagamba, he's vomiting. I wanted to see what was going on. naye nayimirira mu luggi bw'ati n'atugaana okuyigirayo.
But he was blocked from entering and never got a chance to hear his last words.
Could not allow Radio to come alone in the ambulance.
From Emmanuel Hospital, Radio was rushed to Nsambia Hospital, but for some reason, the doctors declined to admit him.
But one said nti nurse agambye she cannot admit nti baleese Moze nga mufu. The nurse in Zambia. That's why they couldn't keep him there.
The doctor told me the IC was full and they could not take care of him there. We need to refer him to another hospital.
He was then taken to Case Hospital in Kampala and put in the intensive care unit.
Every second felt like an eternity as his loved ones and fans waited anxiously for the news of his condition.
There was a voice note of a woman claiming to be a nurse at Case Clinic, claiming that Radio had been brought at the facility, already dead.
Radio bamuleka wano nga yafudde dda. Yali yafudde dda. Era ndabuuza Dr. John ne mugamba lwaki nongoosa omuntu eyafudde dda. Kuba nze nali simanyi nti nno muyimbi.
However, Case Clinic denied the allegation. It says that person whose voice note was moving around was not their employee.
But it seems that the truth may be elusive and the questions surrounding Moze Radio's death may never be fully answered.
Kamera ne batugamba zaali zaakainstallingibwa tebalina recording.
As the investigation continues, the public awaits answers and closure.
There are reports that no family member or friend ever saw him again until he was pronounced dead a week later.
We drive to Case Hospital and of course they take him into for a scan, found out what I was talking about was the truth.
The killer has been captured, but some suspect that the killing was not a random act, but rather a result of a planned, executed plot. But amid these controversies and unanswered questions, one thing is certain. The loss of Moze Radio is a tragedy that has left a gaping hole in the hearts of his family, friends, fans, and the nation.
It was reported that
on Thursday, February 1st, Moze Radio went to be with the Lord. The country went in shock.
As the funeral procession makes its way through the streets, the crowds grow larger and larger. Thousands have come to pay their last respects to Moze Radio, a beloved artist and cultural icon. The somber march to Rubaga Cathedral is a testament to the impact he had on so many lives. Inside the cathedral, the atmosphere is heavy with grief and sadness. People cry openly, including his mother, children who are inconsolable in their loss. Even his singing partner, who shared so many stage and studio moments with him, is unable to speak through their tears.
Tusaba bannaffe bakulembeze baffe, tusaba kale leero tumanye radio ani yamusse era lwaki bamusse, tusaba kuba tumanyi obusobozi bwe buli bangi abattibwa mu nzikiza.
As the service comes to close, Moze Radio's body is taken to one final journey. To his ancestral burial ground in Nakauka. The crowds have even grown larger, with hundreds of thousands lining up in the streets, wanting to say goodbye to the fallen soldier. The burial site is a mix of tears and celebration. People mourn the loss of Moze Radio, but also celebrate his life and the memories he has left behind. As he is laid to rest in an army camouflage, the nation mourns the loss of a true hero but takes comfort in the legacy he has left behind. Moses Radio may be gone, but his music, his voice, and his spirit will live on forever. Rest in peace, Moses Radio.
He died at only 33 years of age.
It is very hard to bear the pain of losing Mose Radio. Mose Radio was not just a musician. To some, he was a father.
Chenjo bagamba nti radio yajjanga malayika n'akola bye yakola, then Katonda n'amuna n'amuyita n'amuzaayo.
To others, he was a mentor. To the young, he was inspiration. To Uganda, he was monumental.
East Africa. We are all Africans, you know.
Africa lost a music genius, a soldier, a poet, and a legend.
These small boundaries should not really bar us from experiencing what Africa is really made of.
Despite his death, in the hearts of many, his presence, legacy, and power still lives on. Mose Radio is proof that not every broken radio can be replaced. Mose Radio didn't leave us. Mose Radio changed frequency. Yes, we don't have Mose Radio with us right now, but his contribution to society should be recognized. At least that would please his spirit. Museums and monuments, or something like a Hollywood Walk of Fame, should be put up to celebrate such amazing humans. These are the heroes that are not celebrated enough, yet they have impacted our history and they have shaped our society.
This is the one thing you should take away from Mose Radio.
You are special. I am special. Everybody is special. Let nobody tell you that you cannot do it. So you are so special. Treat yourself special. Every day if you can, you just look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am special. I am strong. I am a winner. I am not a quitter. I'm going to defeat everybody. I'm going to make it. I'm going to be the greatest.
This video is not about Mose Radio. It is a reminder that you have a choice to use your gift of life to make the world a better place, just like Mose Radio did. Because today is a gift. Today is all you have. Share and like this video. I'll see you in the next one. And adios.